over there?
Well, we didn't have that. I got out of all
They
that.
got out before the war.
Yeah.
My uncle, Uncle Hinz, he used to live in this house. He's the one he wrote. He said, people, pack up and get out of there. There's going to be trouble.
Right.
And your uncle Hinz was living in Passaic.
Yeah. Well, I
See
mean,
it, read the paper.
he lived here too.
Well, he came first, right, Dad? I mean,
And,
I had the impression he came to avoid the draft, really.
Well, he did.
That's what, I don't mean there's anything bad by that. I'm just trying to get the facts straight.
But he came with, was it?
Goller Herman?
From Wisconsin?
I think so.
With some Goller Herman.
Yeah, from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They came first on the Patricia, is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know if Herman was with him or not. But
Mm-hmm. And did he come with his wife, with Tante Hinz, or?
How come you
No,
didn't come
no.
to the United States?
Tante
Why
Hinz
did
came
you
over
stay?
with,
His father didn't want to go, did he?
did Tante Hinz come
My
over?
father was
He
a
used to go.
great, my father was supposed to come after
with us,
the
I
war.
don't think.
Yeah.
I
And
think
my
Tante
father
Amelia
was
came
afraid.
came in with us.
And then later,
You,
Friedrich Edmunds
Hugo,
supposed to
Alda?
come.
Yeah.
And Friedrich
Tante
Edmunds'
Amelia.
wife had something with the lungs to do. They
And
didn't
Mom.
want to let
Carl
her.
Fisher, you
So my
know.
father was
I heard the
afraid.
name, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Uncle Miller wrote, and he wanted to send me money or the papers, and we should pay him back, you know. Supposed to cost 2,500 zlotys that time. I was 16 years old when my mother said, I gonna give you the money, and then you gonna go, and then come back, and then you gonna, like everybody, you like there was, you would say, if they're at the farm, they divided how many children, how much you get, how dowry or whatever you call it.
Yeah, dowry.
So then my mother, she didn't want to let me go. Otherwise, I would came at 16, I wouldn't be afraid. And later, Uncle Miller wanted to adopt Arthur. And Edmund was afraid to give his son up again.
Well, that's understandable, I guess.
No, Uncle Miller wrote, when you're gonna come back, you could get your son.
Yeah, he wanted to help you.
That would be easier for us to come if we have a child here. Arthur had luck, Edmund's brother wanted to adopt him. Well, he had no children, and Arthur had something on his lungs when we went to Munich for this
Test.
tests and x-rays, everything. So Arthur, then we had to wait a little bit longer, otherwise maybe we would come with Lydia or with my father.
Could Uncle Miller have adopted Arthur even though he was...
Oh yeah, he could, well, he was American.
But Arthur came with you.
He came, our Uncle Miller wanted to adopt him Arthur before we came.
You mean he could adopt him even while he was still in Europe?
Yeah.
And he could adopt him even though he had parents?
He could adopt him, yeah.
That's...
The parents couldn't support him or so.
Oh, I see. So you would have to... You and Edmund would have had to say, yes, we can't support him, we're without means right now.
Say, just,
Uh-huh.
he could adapt.
I see.
She on the wall like that. I guess they would have been glad.
I didn't know you could do that at all.
Not so good to remember, though.
Well, it's hard to remember things, but...
I don't remember anything.
When you weren't there,
Louis,
actually.
yeah, I know, but Louis tells me a lot of things, but I don't remember. It doesn't stay put.
She
Some
went
of the
through
things
so
comes
much.
back when we talk
If
about
somebody would tell you, Mildred, ahead of time, you're gonna have to go through all that,
Yeah,
you would
you
say,
wouldn't.
never,
You
I
never
can't do
have
that,
to. Yeah,
no.
yeah.
It's a lot of things you could
Yeah.
go through when you
When
Or
have to go
when
through
you're
it.
in that position,
Yeah.
you just have to do.
Like you say with the bombs, too. When you woke up, another day I'm alive. That's all,
That's
right?
right.
I picked potatoes, I had to run away 5 times before I could dig potatoes for dinner and for the pigs to cook. But the,
bombs.
wait a minute, that was the German bombs was going over the head. And then the Americans, when we was in Bavaria, Where then we was hay in the fields, then we was hiding again.
Sheared and then they didn't
But
clean
you
it
was
Yeah, they
years
talk
before
about
you-
what the human body can take.
Yeah, if somebody would say, oh, you have to go that route, oh, no, I can't do that.
Like they talk about the women too, what they did for just so they could have food for
Piece
their
of bread.
children. They gave in to the men all the time, they didn't care because I could come home with some food, right? And we'd say, how could they do? I said, because we don't know what they're going through. We don't know what we would do.
Well, they didn't have any choice. I mean, when you don't have any choice, you
No,
just
I
take
mean,
it one
over
step
here
at
you
a
say,
time.
How could I ever do that?
Yeah, well, you have you either do or you don't,
Right.
and if you don't, you fall down.
That's what I
So,
mean. You can say, well,
If
we
you
never
don't,
do
they
that.
kick you in the
well,
back.
yeah, I mean, there's no choice in the matter. You just have to move ahead.
In the shoes,
You gotta be there within a situation, in anything.
Yeah, Edmund's cousin.
I'm sure some of the people there didn't survive either. I mean, some probably went out of their minds, in the course of all that.
How many jumped
So-
from the second floor
Yeah.
and the river and whatever, owned themselves.
See, when I went, I don't even know anything what she's talking about because she was only born at that time. When
Yeah,
I
he
left,
tells
she was
me,
only-
ask
only
me
little.
what I know. I said to Manny, I was not even born that time when you left.
He forgot.
That's right, because I remember I was to a funeral, I think that was your
Our
mother.
grandma, then I was 6 months old.
Yeah. And I
Grandmother.
there was a little girl standing there, it kind of comes back to me.
That was Olga.
Well, that was Olga, but I didn't know that. That's not our Olga, it was Daryl.